right? So all I'm saying is that, Dr. Newton and I became really good friends after that because 3 days after the conference was over, there were some other people online, and I got a call and said, "Can you do the presentation again?" And I said, "Sure." I didn't know Dr. Newton was going to be on there, but he was. So the universe just connected us together. And as a result of that, we've been good friends ever since. So now here it is 4 years later, I'm here before you. I never imagined, never. It just couldn't happen that way, but I want you to use that as inspiration for whatever you do in your life in terms of farming, and say, Dad, I want to be a farmer. That doesn't mean that you're not a geneticist. It doesn't mean that you're not a horticulturalist. It means that you've gravitated and you're moving into the new world. Now you're an ag tech consultant. So all of this stuff that I shared with you today, 6 months from now, you can be consulting on your own. It's just a matter of learning hydroponics, learning aquaponics or aquaculture, vermiculture, permaculture. There's all of these different cultures, right? But ag tech, concentrate on the technical part of this, because we got agri-food, we also have agri-therapy. Now, in some situations, my nephew, when he comes up to talk, he may connect you to agri-therapy. So one of the things that you could do, say if there's a senior citizen home where you have 200 senior citizens in a care facility, and one way that you're able to keep them calm is you build this big wide fish tank, and you got the water just flowing. You got a pump and the water's just flowing down, and you hear the noise all day long. So they're just sitting there so relaxed, and the meds may be kicking in or whatever, but I call it agri-therapy, right? So think about the seniors. Also, here's another one. Now we're getting really innovative. All your hospitals all over Africa, they should have a greenhouse. They should be growing. When you get discharged from the hospital, send the patient home with 2 bags of fresh produce, organically grown right on site, right? Yeah. This is where we are, right? So just imagine you got a social enterprise like me, and you say, well, I want to do something for the community. Well, go to the hospital and tell the hospital, look, I want to put my farm right here, right? Not only are they going to use it to feed the patients every day, like I said, when they go home, they got 2 bags of groceries, not a sack of pills, okay? Because we got to get off of this medication. It's killing us too fast, because pharmaceutical companies, this is what they want. They want you on the pill, shorten your lifespan. You live to be 50. I'm 70. Yeah, okay? I'm 70. So just think about it in terms of economics, economic viability.
So I'm going to still let you go away for a few minutes to get your measurements, and then from there we'll come back. So I'm going to do a little question section at this point. While you step out, so you step out with me now.
Okay.
I'll take your pointer.
That's good.
Please off guard. All right. So
what I was telling you about aquaponic design. So you see the fish are at the bottom. You got your fish waste here, right? Water, after it goes through the system, the water is returned with the ammonia removed. As I was saying earlier, your nitrates and your nitrites is really critical right here, that you keep a balanced system. Therefore, your plants will uptake all of these nutrients, right? The nitrobacter, nitrophyra, and the nitrates. So this is what your grow bed looks like. And there's a good reference on the bottom there of aquaponics and the earth. So you could go back and take a look at. But I wanted you to get a good picture of how this system works. Because if you decide to go into it, you need to know what you're dealing with. This is a small-scale aquaponic greenhouse using a float system. As I was saying earlier, your float system, let's see. Yeah, your down below is your floating rafts here. Your fish tanks back here, and all of your what we call a clarifier, removing the solids from the system. And this is all your grow bed right here, right? So this is an indoor, not so much controlled environment, but indoor, right? Because it's really an open space. Here is a fish tank. Now, if I take you back, we're talking about the solids in the fish tank. So we have to have our system where it cleans up the solid waste, removes the solids, so you got a balanced ecosystem here, right? The fish are happy, plants are happy. But you could either, now I could put floating raft on top of here and have this system growing the veggies on top. But in this case, we're just growing fish. Let's just say you want to grow shrimp, you want to grow lobster. You could grow them in a tank without using the fish waste to grow food with, right? So there's a different way to look at it. It depends on what it is you want to specialize in. Growing shrimp, growing lobster, growing tilapia. It's really comes down to that. You having the fish tanks. And you got a lot of, I should say, I've seen a lot of big storage tanks here, right? All you have to do is cut them in half, put your fish on the bottom, and take the other half, turn it over, and put your media in there. You got a aquaponic system right in your backyard, right? This one I showed you already. This is a combination. Aquaponics again, using the same methodology. The floating rafts, but this is as you can see, a live ecosystem here, right? You got plants growing, you got good photosynthesis coming in. However, none of these I've showed you, other than the ones that I use, is powered by solar. So we want to think about bring solar into your farm because that cuts your utility costs down, and that means you're making a lot more profit, okay? Floating rafts, I showed you this one earlier. Just build your grow beds up so that you're not getting back pain. These are the tower gardens. Hydroponics again. The school garden. Yeah, these are some of the same ones that I showed you earlier. But anyway, thank you all very much. Do you have any questions? I'm looking at the next generation of farmers coming out of Kumasi. The scientists, the innovators, the accelerators, controlled environmental growing and cellular growing, which means that you're going to be creating your own food products, not what's out on the market, the new stuff that keeps you vertical, so you can be old man like me.
I'm sure we cannot thank you enough, James, for this precious information. Absolutely. And James, we are really very happy and grateful to you for spending your precious time to be with us in Ghana and just be our lecturer.
I won't be there. I can't sleep anymore after this. All these beautiful faces. Wow, come on.
I don't know what some lady will give a vote of thanks, but here we are. We don't want any middle voice here. And we want to see, yes, you can make yourself comfortable there. There's a lot we are doing. There's a lot happening in the sphere of horticulture globally. A lot of innovations, new things are really catching on. So So for instance, I just wanted to have a feel of them. What he is in Ghana to do is the fact that we are striking a partnership. And most of the food items that we have that you may not probably even see that there's such a potential in it. He has his website, and he has a fleet of stores that we can produce, and then they'll be receiving the marketing. The beauty of it is that we are all blacks. If you are working with the whites, you will know whether they tell the truth or not. And to be honest with you, it's time for us as blacks to look within and learn to appreciate each other and learn to work together as a team much, much better than we have ever worked with the whites. You are much younger, you will not know what has gone on, but if you happen to be a few blacks in an international platform presenting, then you see how people look down upon your color. I mean, your color means, no matter the intelligence you are displaying, you look at your color, am I right? Yeah. All right, but you see, the point is that I want people like you to start getting to know what is happening on the ground. And the beauty of it, one of the best things I can say is that as a Ghanaian, anywhere you stand in the world, as a black, you are really conspicuous. And that's the beauty of it. Am I right again? Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so please feel, be confident about yourself. And the industry is ready for people like you to come in and do a lot more than you can ever really imagine. So he has had his own branded t-shirts. Wow. He brought them, and these are different brands of his t-shirts because it's a market branding of his product right in the US. And we here in the diaspora, we're going to be producing, and then he will sell over there. So you look at the dynamics of how we develop the value chain. And all these things that he has shared with you, if you look at how we can even develop them in Ghana, at your back, you go home and you are able to do a small aquaponic and grow some small lettuce and all these things. Nobody will see you as a special. Alright, so we want to still make it a little bit lively. I have 2 drinks here. You're going to have to struggle to make a choice. Whether you like to taste tiger nut drink or carrot drink. I have a grant and I'm researching on this tiger nut drink, an European Union grant this year. So those of you who want to be part of this, you might want to convert tiger nut milk to tiger nut yogurt. It's one of the research we are working on. But have a taste of it. In fact, if the European Union, Spanish European Union is able to give us a grant to research on this, you can imagine that they respect this. But I don't know how many of you would choose this drink above Coca-Cola or Fanta. I just want to have a taste of it. So today, one of the decisions you are going to make is that when you have an MCQ, is that going to be A or B? So I'm going to have either A, this one, or this one. I don't know which one is the correct answer, but you will be the one to decide. And I have meat pie for literally everybody. So at least Iman will help us. Everybody can have the meat pie. But when it comes to the drink, let's make a decision. And then you can as well have a taste of the meat pie. And let's see. I don't know whether you can send the Moringa meat pie over there.
Oh yeah, thank you. The carrot. It's good. I love it. Thank you.